Fact: the Soesdijk-Linden Highway, connecting Linden to the interior of Guyana, was commissioned in 1969. After Georgetown, Linden, known as the mining town, is the second largest town.
Twenty-two-year-old Otalia Nikita Clemenson was on the path to success. Having migrated from Guyana to Las Vegas, USA in 2014, she completed her secondary education at Western High School with merit and began studying for her degree in medicine subsequently. Being a straight-A student, Otalia was enthusiastic about acquiring her degree. Just 3 classes shy, however, Ms. Clemenson failed one class and that broke her spirit.
So my initial career goal when I first started college was to be a doctor. Bro, I was obsessed with like science. I really love science. I got in anatomy class. I loved the hell out of anatomy and physiology. Know my whole terms, the body, what that does. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can seek a career in this field. Yes, so I went to college, declared my major as science. Mind you, in high school, I was the president of the Culinary Arts Club. That semester really made me sit down and think, like, is this something that I want to do for the rest of my life? And during the time, I did start back cooking more.
She took a break from school and focused on her first love, cooking. It was here her career path took a full circle and Otalia enrolled in culinary classes. Miss Clemenson describes feeling a new sense of passion for this skill as she learned many new techniques in chopping, meal prep, and so much more.
Or being in a program has taught me so much from, certain terms for stuff, different methods of cooking. Mise en place is very important in the chef world. I learned so much because look at all these nails and lashes and makeup and all these stuff that we just won't wear. Not permissible in the kitchen because it is unsanitary and it can get in the food. Contamination is a real deal. Food poisoning is a real deal. All of that makes me think and it makes me aspire to do good and be better.
She used her knowledge of spices and fresh ingredients from home to her advantage. Otalia now caters for small events from home and has a goal of starting a food truck business in the near future. The popular phrase "Nyamangoe" is the name behind this venture and has a story that started back home.
When I was smaller, my grandmother, she used to call me Nyamangoe because she would say that I always eat and would leave. But I like that concept. If you're here to eat and go. We're not doing the extra chit chat. You're not taking up space.
Otalia has had both legs since growing up. And because of this deformity, she is shorter than most. This being her only disadvantage in the kitchen, she never lets it deter her from achieving anything.
People would look at me and just, is she too short? Can she reach this? So I'm not afraid to speak up. I'm not afraid to ask for help. When I can't something, I just ask somebody for grab it for me. And that's the most part of the challenge that I have like in the kitchen wise. To anybody that tell y'all that y'all can do something, prove them wrong. It's always good to follow your dreams and whatever aspirations you have and whatever goals you have. There will be obstacles. People will try to deter you, even you might lose friends, family even in the process, but do what's best for you. So today we're making bitter melon. You want to start by sauteing the bitter melon on high until it get nice and crispy. You don't want it to burn. We call that Karila, by the way. This is what you need veggie-wise, and we're going to make some tuna croquettes to go with that. So we're going to throw in everything but the green onions at this point. You're going to add your seasonings. Whatever you deem necessary. We got our rice going. These are the seasoning used, by the way. About 2 tablespoons of sugar. That's what we looking like. Cover and let that simmer on low. Meanwhile, prayer baby, add some green onions and some pepper. That was going. And then we plate like that.
Hello guys, so today with me I have a nutritionist, Mr. Kwame Goodluck, and today he's going to be helping us try some new things rather in the kitchen. Today we're going to be making cocoa flake smoothie. Kwame is a nutritionist and he's going to be dealing with all that today, and I'm sure you're going to learn something and hopefully you can try this out. So over to Kwame.
This is a new one. They got coconut ice cream and I was like, I should try something coconut. These are rich in fiber. We need fiber because fiber is important in absorption. And if you want to absorb your nutrients properly, then you need fiber. This and the oats combined, they work for the nervous system, which is very important. I have a magical ingredient, the organic spirulina. This boosts the immune system. This is a superfood, people. It boosts the immune system. It does so much for diabetics. I'm adding the sweet fake bananas. This is the sweetener. It not just serves as a sweetener, but it adds fiber, potassium. It's great for the heart. Those ingredients that we just put in there is like 10 bananas, a serving of the almond nuts, serving each of the seeds, the spirulina, like 2.5 inches of the coconut, because that's going to be blended, and after a while you can just have the flakes. But you not just have the flakes, you got the fat from the coconut that we need also. If you haven't had breakfast, then this is packed with energy, loads of energy, minerals and vitamins. It's the perfect way to start your day.
The good thing about this is that there's no sugar.
No added sugar.
No added sugar.
No artificial flavors. No preservatives. Nothing that was processed.
Everything
it's
fresh.
all natural.
Everything fresh and natural.
In its natural state.
And you can actually taste that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It allows you to taste all the ingredients. And
it's the coconut that you said.
Of course.
Yeah.
Meet Shamar Lawrence Moore, a web developer who hails from Albertown, a second-year computer science student at the University of Guyana, and an aspiring software engineer and cybersecurity specialist.
My experience at the University of Guyana is one that is very, I would say, kind of fresh and new, a new environment and so forth. I would have done a number of courses. Well, of course, we started computer science courses, computer-related courses at the second year. Mostly the first year was like introductory courses to like English and mathematics and algebra. So it was a nice experience so far. I'm looking forward to what the other 2 years hold for me.
From a tender age, Lawrence was very passionate about computers. He looked forward to creating applications to help people and make a difference.
When I was around 7 years old, I used to attend a primary school in Barbados, and we were introduced to a number of computer-related activities at a very young age, like spelling our names on the computer, typing certain stuff, and those kind of things. And in my spare time when I'm at home, I would just like look around the house to see what devices were around, and I would try to troubleshoot them and open them up and dismantle them and find out, well, what is this part responsible for. And it was kind of interesting to me how computers work behind the scenes. So that is honestly what started my drive at a very young age for computers.
In 2020, that dream became a reality. After an app created by Shamar and his informal group of developers was launched, he got the drive to design the Senior Citizen Pension Tracker and the Senior Citizen Management System software.
The Senior Citizen Pension Tracker now is an application for the pensioners to go online and check their recent activities as it relates to transactions that would have been done over the number of months since they would have been registered into the system. This application is for the pensioners, where they would check who would have received their pensions and the transactions conducted. We see that the recipient is the pensioner that would have collected, and their identification numbers here, and the amount that was collected, and the date it was paid, and by whom it was paid. Also, the authorized recipient that would have also collected for that pensioner as well, if there's an authorized recipient for that pensioner. So this side of the application is mainly for the pensioner and the authorized recipient to see who would have conducted business for the pensioner themselves. The Senior Citizen Management System is responsible for managing the information related to the pensioners and the amount of monies they would be receiving from the government. The government would be the ones monitoring that application. That's an internal application. We're logging into the government side of the application. This is called the Senior Citizen Pension Management System. So enter our name, password, and we're logged into the system. So at the top here, there's a navigation. You can navigate to pensioners, authorized recipients, or payouts. There's also charts representing various forms of data. Pensioners by gender, you have males, the amount of males here, and the amount of females. So currently there's 10 persons in the system. And there's pensioners by region as well. Region 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the regions across Guyana. So we go to the pensioners page. Now, there's 11 registered pensioners in the system. And in order to register a pensioner, we select register pensioner and we enter their first name. Let's say Mike. Middle name, let's just skip that. Unrow. Your date of birth. Now, you can't select anything before the age of 65 because that's the age when you receive pension. So any age after 65 or 65 and older you can receive. And we select the gender, male, and the height in centimeters, let's say 201. Their eye color, let's say brown. Distinguishing marks. That would be tattoos or any of such. Contact number, put your cell phone number in here. Nationality, you have Guyanese. Identification number, something random. Date of issue, the date you were issued the identification card. So I'm just going to put something random, the 17th of July. And you select the region you're from, region 4, and you register that pensioner. Now we see the pensioner is registered into the system, Mike Monroe. Now we go to the payouts section. Pensioners paid. So when we're paying a pensioner, we select add payout on the pensioners table. That's here. And first thing we do is search for the pensioner. Let's say you want to pay Mike. Select Mike. His identification number automatically appears on the screen, so no need to go and search for his identification number. Date paid. It's obviously today because it can't be a day after or a week after and what have you. So that the only date that appears here is the current date at hand. And the person that paid Mike is Mark. That would be the official that is handling the system at the moment, distributing the pension. And we hit checkout. And we see that Mike has been paid his pension here. Collected his $25,500. Now let's say an authorized recipient comes to collect a pension for a pensioner. We hit add payout on the authorized recipients payout table. We look for the authorized recipients. Let's find Shem. Shem appears here. And the pensioner Shem is attached to Mike. Mike appears here. And now we're using the pensioner's identification number here instead of the authorized recipient. So the pensioner would be able to see who would have withdrawn his pension for him. Now the amount paid is standard here already, $25,500. The date paid, same thing applies. No further date or date before. The current date at hand. And Mark would have paid that pension. And we check out. And it appears in the system. Shem Monroe collected from Mike Monroe, and all the other details here.
The process is quick, accurate, and easy. The average man can understand, except in this case, the applications are for officials and pensioners' use only. With the installation of the programs, there can be a reduction of lines on pension day. The innovative mind is already working towards this actuality.
I would have already taken the first step by contacting the post office because they're the ones that would distribute the pension. I don't know specifically who is responsible, but I made contact with the Postmaster General and the IT manager, and we were in the process of scheduling a demonstration the last time I would have contacted them. But since then I've been awaiting a response from them. And I'm hoping that I can get in contact with the relevant authorities that are responsible for this sector to get the application out there so that citizens can start utilizing it as early as possible.
Hey everyone, this is Blessing right here, and today I will be making edikaikon soup, which simply means vegetable soup. Edikaikon soup is native to the Efik in Nigeria, which is the Cross River state in Nigeria. And edikaikon soup, the ingredients include vegetables such as lettuce, kalalu, sweet peppers, scotch bonnet, salt, all-purpose seasoning, and any other kind of seasoning that you can think of. And then I also have the tripe, the beef, and dried fish, unsalted dried fish. So let's go into it. So in the pot we have tripe, we have beef, we have some dried fish, and we're going to let it boil for 15 to 20 minutes. So we'll just throw in the onions, so everything will just steam together. Shrimp. We're just going to pour in the kalaloo so that it will dry, because the kalaloo brings out a lot of water and we don't need too much water in the soup. So we'll just dry it up. So we'll just dry up the kalaloo for at least 5 minutes. And it's ready to be used. So I'll just be putting in the crayfish so that everything will steam together. Then I'll be putting in the seasoning. And then I'll add some of the Maggi cubes. And now we added the pepper, and so we stir together. Put a spoon of oil. And let it boil for 5 minutes, and then we add the veggies. So I'm using wheat up for the fufu. This is the fufu I'm making right here. So I couldn't find the actual fufu, so I'm using wheat up. And the soup is ready. I'll turn it off. So you take a bit and then you roll it on your hands, and then you take part of the soup and then you swallow. It tastes so good, even though there is not the original taste it's supposed to have, because everything is improvised, right? So we can't find everything here in Guyana, so everything is improvised, so it tastes so nice. It's so lovely. And I will encourage you to also have some taste too. You're missing a lot.